I think it was interesting. It is always interesting to meet new students, young enthusiasts. I certainly felt that they're an energetic bunch, and they were quite open with their questions, and they were interacting freely with me, and and that makes a difference. It makes it different than just a classroom atmosphere where I'm just talking theory. Yeah, and I hope they got as much out of our session as I got from their questions. I think generally as a new screenwriter, this is very exciting time because irrespective of the medium, there's more opportunity. Uh, with the digital platforms and the web series space, that's exciting for youngsters. That's also target audience is younger, and therefore younger talent, I think, is a better fit there as well. And there's certainly more opportunity of writing, of finding employment as a writer than it was even 10 years ago. That's more difficult to comment on because we're not an organized industry in that sense. Our Writers Association, our Writers Union has been trying to get like a minimum basic wages contract and a minimum basic contract, which ensures some basic rights, credits, and the kind of money that writers should get into place. But there's been resistance against making this a standard contract, and we still don't have that way a prevalent standard system. Uh, the Screenwriters Association, if I'm not mistaken, puts the minimum cost for a feature film screenplay, which includes story, screenplay, and dialogues. It's somewhere around, I think, anywhere between say 6 to 9, 10 lakhs, as in 2 to 3 lakhs per component. Which for a new writer, it might, I mean, which as such sounds like a decent enough figure, but remember, this is not being recovered in just 2, 3 months. This is, you don't even know how many years it's going to take for your film to kind of complete and whether it will become a film. And it's not even like, a fraction of the budget that finally mainstream films get. So I think overall writers are still underpaid. But episodic writing tends to pay you more because the volume of writing is more. And like I said, there are more opportunities now. So where you might not make a big fat sum of money at one go, but you might have several opportunities to make money out of your writing, digital films and web series space, and then if you write television or even if you write films. But overall, our writers still underpaid, I would say. The writers are still underpaid. It is a fluctuating thing. I mean, I would no longer work at the price point which I worked at 8 years ago, irrespective of whether I've had a film that's successful or not. I wouldn't go back that much, hopefully. But it is fluctuating. It's not a standard rate card. Also, depending on the production. If I see it's a really small budget independent production, really an independent production, but maybe it's my story or it's someone, I know it's a labor of love more than just a commercial ticket produced by a studio. So I might quote differently also, depending on what is the scale of the project that we are looking at. Mostly when producers hire us, even they don't know what is the scale of production because you haven't cast as yet, so you don't know whether you're working with an A-lister or whether you're working with new talent, and often that's what determines the budgets for the film. So as a rule, because the writers are the first technicians, producers do tend to play conservative, I would say. Yeah, but I've heard like in Telugu, in Hyderabad, the film industry, the writers are very well paid. So I am dreaming of going to Hyderabad now. So yeah, so where can it go? Like I hope, for a film that's landing at 20 crore or 25 crores with your P&A, I would say, why shouldn't the script budget be 1 crore? What's that? I mean, it's not even, yeah, but that seems, I'm not sure most producers would agree to those price points. Those are not prevalent price points for us. We try and say that it should be at least 10% of the budget, but I don't think that it always works out that way. If you're working on a Drishyam Films project or if you're working on a Kabir Khan film, those are very different scales of films. It would be very disheartening to know that in both occasions writers are paid nothing. Let's hope that with the bigger films there is some more money than a smaller film. Yeah. That's really, it's tough to pinpoint a number like that. And I think that really depends on writer to writer, where they are pegging themselves and where they are at their stages of career, right? For some person, making 10 lakhs a year is good, it's really good, but for somebody else, that may not begin to suffice half of what he or she needs or whatever fields where he or she needs to be at.